morning.
Good morning.
Have you ever had a time in your life where you just felt stuck, lost, confused, maybe even a little sad? Anybody? Maybe not of the head.
Every
yeah.
day.
And this experience can happen at any age. It does not discriminate, right? We could have this feeling when we are little and we are 5, or we could have this feeling last week when we are 45. It really doesn't matter on the age. It's just simply an emotion that one must feel at different times of our life due to maybe different circumstances. Maybe our pet passes away, maybe somebody in our family leaves, maybe there's a big change that we embark on. Well, I'm here today to tell you about 3 significant experiences in my life where I felt all of those things, but luckily there was also hope that followed those things. First was when I was 14. I remember laying in my bed. My first bedroom that I ever had was when I was 14. And I was laying in my bed with my CD player, with my headphones on, listening to the song by REM, Everybody Hurts. Does everybody remember this song? It's not the most uplifting song that one's ever heard, but it's true, right? Sometimes everybody will hurt, and pain is a part of life. And so I laid there with tears strolling down my face, wondering, was I ever going to find friends? I remember feeling so lonely in that moment. I was an only child. My mom worked shift work. My aunt, who had lived with us for a very long time, had just moved away. And there I was, just laying there wondering, what is all of this about? I just don't get it. Is life supposed to feel like this? This ick, this sadness? Then, again, when I was 23, I felt this same emotion. Only this time, I was in Europe, and I was waiting to get on a train, and it was exciting, and I'm backpacking Europe with my best friend. Why is this emotion here again? This shouldn't be here. I bought a ticket so that this emotion would go away. And somehow, it followed me all the way to Europe. Now, this is not funny, but this time in my life, I was wondering, what is next for me? I graduated college. It was a big achievement, all this stuff in front of me, waiting for me, this life. But I had just had a breakup. And this breakup rocked my world. This was a person I had loved, but I knew wasn't the one. So it took a lot of strength to walk away from this person, knowing that once again, I was going to walk into that depths of loneliness. Oh no. Breathe. Then again at 37, just this year, you all watched me stand up here as I talked about the diagnosis that I received and the death of my mother. Oh man. Again, this feeling of lost and confusion, and the world's just not making sense for me. I just don't understand, why is this all happening? Everything was going so well. Breathe. Have hope, because the possibility of the unknown is what makes life worth living. And I know this for a fact, because this is my life, this is my story. Because I knew that at 14, when I was laying there in that bed, crying and wondering if I was ever gonna find friends or if I was ever gonna find my fit in this world, I did. Just months later, a wonderful girl named Angie called me up. I was a 10th grader. And she said, hey, Mopey, we're all hanging out for the Packer game. You wanna come over? It was a Sunday. People hang out on Sundays? I thought people just saw each other at school. I never knew that people hung out on Sundays. I went there, and you guys, there was people everywhere. There was boys, there was girls, there was food, there was the Packers. Oh my gosh, and this was all on a school night? This is amazing. So from then on, I found my group. And to this day, I still have that group of people in my life. And I go back every summer to see them, and we still all get together with our kids. Thank you, Angie. Thank you for inviting me. And thank you to me that I had the courage to follow through and take that invitation. And I walked into a group of unknowns. 23, as I stood by that train and I wondered, how can I be here? I can't live with him, but I can't live without him. I'm all the way across the world and I can't be present. What is wrong? The song from when I was 14, it just said, hold on. Everybody hurts sometimes. Hold on. And I did. And I got on that train and it led me to the Cinque Terre. And I don't know if you've ever been there, but oh, honey, Cinque Terre is one beautiful place. And what I found in the Cinque Terre was this wonderful French-Canadian named Nick. And Nick was a godsend. He was this man of adventure and conversation. And we had the best conversations about life and the ups and downs that we all go through. And as we adventured on in the Cinque Terre, we did all the things that I knew were possible. All the things that I knew that I needed to walk away from the previous relationship because they weren't happening and that connection wasn't there. Even though there was a fondness, that passion was not there. So I took that leap of faith. And as I continued on and I had met Nick and that spark of just knowing more existed finally came true in my present life, I realized this is okay. This is how it goes. And so I kept trucking. And not only did Nick bring me to adventure, but Nick brought me to my current husband, Andy, where I get the both and all the time. I get adventure, but I get practicality, which is what we all need. And then lastly, as I'm 37, and I went through this horrific experience just over 9 months ago, where my mom had passed away, and I had been diagnosed with epilepsy, I thought, all right, time, when we grieve, it just takes time. But you know what? When somebody passes, that always makes room for something more. I'm very excited to share with all of you today that I am pregnant with our third. Oh. And so just exactly 9 months to the day that my mom passed away, we found out that we were pregnant. So that's the gift here. Life generates itself all the time. And we must hold on. Because when there are challenges and there are hard times, all that loss, all that emptiness that we feel always creates space for something new to regenerate. And that is what is beautiful about life. So hold on and remember, the possibility of the unknown is always what makes life worth living. Now I notice that I still have time. And I'm wondering if that's accurate.
Yes, you do. You know, we're in the red bulb.
All right.